why this country is in the position that it is today. The color of my skin should not matter. Whether I'm brown, black, purple. This is a humanitarian issue. We are in this position because there is no unity.
Now, the black and the brown community, we need to come together. And we need to remember...
First of all, we done told you no. You don't even respect us enough to take no for an answer. We asked you to stop saying the N-word, you said no. And so come together and remember what exactly? Remember that y'all anti-black as racist as a lot of y'all. So we ain't gotta come together and do a damn thing. We done said no. Respect our boundaries and leave us alone. Okay? We done said no. The answer is no. When y'all come here, y'all want to align with whiteness. You love whiteness. You glorify whiteness and demonize blackness. So you need to make videos and ask white Americans to join with you. Because that's who you love so much, right? That's who kids. That's who boots you leak. So why the hell y'all not calling on them? Why are y'all calling on black people? Y'all always want to use black Americans. You want us to come out there and get the hell beat out of us for your racist, anti-black. It ain't happening. We said no. Period.
I just feel like if you could come here and riot another country's government, another country's laws, tear down their country's cities all the time, all the while you're waving your flag, the flag of a country you're fleeing from, why not go back to that country and do the same thing to y'all government? Why not go and riot and burn out y'all cities to protest your own government for having to flee that country? Why come to a country that y'all fleeing from and burn it down because of our laws? When the same thing y'all doing here to our government, y'all can go and do it to y'all government for a better country. A country y'all wouldn't have to flee from.
Bro, you came here illegally, so you're getting sent back. Like, I'm not really understanding where I'm supposed to feel bad. Like, it's the law. Like, what? Am I missing something? Like, we also can't do that. We can't go to other countries illegally and just pop up and start working and all of that without things in order, without abiding by their laws. And to be honest, it's a much worse punishment if we end up doing that. I feel like America's being generous. Y'all are getting caught and then being sent by a plane or sent by a bus back home. That's pretty generous if you ask me.
Don't call me like, yeah girl, hell no. We at home, we at the cookout. If you like me, we at the spa, we get a massage. Share wherever the hell y'all were when we were going through it. Cause let's not play these games like y'all were outside. We were outside with our bloodline on the main line. And y'all was somewhere else. Okay? Now the shoe's on the other foot and it's not funny anymore. And everybody wants a defense. Everybody wants us to run to the rescue. This ain't our battle, baby. Let's get real. Who voted for him? Who showed up to them polls and voted for him? Now, I'm not saying what's happening is right. But who showed up and voted for him? Latinas for Trump, that's who voted for him. Again! I have been struggling on how to say this. And I made a video earlier, I took it down. But y'all are focusing on the wrong people. Y'all are focusing on why don't black people care what Trump is doing. We do. But we're focusing on us and ourselves to survive through this. What y'all need to be focused on instead of, well, why aren't black people actively protesting and doing all the things that they usually do? One, because we told you we're not going to do that anymore. Okay? We told you. Y'all didn't listen. Two, because we can't help you as much as the people you need to help you. Okay? You need white people. You're focusing on black people, you need to focus on white people. You need to get their attention, their compassion, their empathy, their social and political power. You're focused on the wrong people. You're focused on the wrong demographic. Black people don't make up the vast majority of this country. We don't make up the vast majority of politicians. We are not in the White House. I'm telling you, you need to focus on white people and getting them to actively care and campaign and protest in your name, in your favor, and leave black people alone.
Black people are tired of being a bank where everyone keeps making withdrawals and no one ever makes a deposit. And I want you to think about that. If that was your setup, would you still want to give? Especially for those of us in the Hispanic community, because it's about patterns that we've inherited and the harm that we've ignored. Me, myself, I'm Puerto Rican. I've seen how anti-blackness and was, and too many of us were raised to believe that aligning with blackness meant losing something: safety, opportunity, acceptance. And we were taught that proximity to whiteness would protect us, that staying quiet was safer. So if we don't unlearn that, we end up repeating the same harm we say we stand against.
Wow, she told the 100% truth, and she's Puerto Rican.
So disengagement is not okay. What's happening to immigrant communities right now is devastating. I'm not taking away from that, and it does deserve compassion and support. But a good portion of that fear didn't come from distant forces, and it came from within our own communities. I've spoken out because I've watched people I know support systems that were never created for us to begin with. Systems that weren't designed to protect us, only to use us when it's convenient. So while I've raised my voice, I also know too many that have stayed silent, or worse, they chose power. We don't get to ask for empathy if we're unwilling to confront the harm our silence helped protect. And contrary to popular opinion, holding each other accountable isn't betrayal. It's how we begin to heal. So to the black women and men that are saying we poured into everybody and got nothing back, you're not wrong. You've carried movements, you've carried communities, you've carried generations without rest, without complaint.
Exactly, because these people wouldn't even be over here if it wasn't for us. None of them. They use the laws meant for us for their own advantage. And yes, we helped them in the past, but over the years, they threw us under the bus time and time again whenever they got a chance. That's why black people need to just mind your business and let these people handle their own business.
Without question. And we cannot undo the silence that already has happened, but we can take responsibility for what happens next. I think people are not realizing we have way more similarities than differences, and we have more power together than we do apart. So look to your black brother or sister, look at them and say thank you, and I see you. Simple as that. Strike up a conversation, get to understand, because that's all they're asking for, to be seen and to be appreciated for all they do.
Hey, she's telling the truth. I would say at this point though,
So where are the black community? Why aren't they joining in the protest that is happening in Los Angeles? Well, the black community has literally told you guys they're at home, they're relaxing. This is not their fight. They decided, you know what, we're gonna take a chill pill. This time around, we are not carrying other minority communities. We are not joining this fight, because at the end of the day, when you look at who voted for who, you realize the Latino community, the Asian community are the ones who literally voted majority for the Republicans the party. And now the time now they are calling for black people to assist them. Black people are asking them, where were you during the election time? Where were you when you voted the way you did? So now you're crying because you need our help. And then when black people, when he ask you for your help, you decide, you know what, you're going to sit down out, and you decided not to elect Kamala Harris as the president of America. So this fight, the black community is saying, this time around we are not protesting. This time around we are taking a chill pill, because we told you guys during the election time that this is what's gonna happen. They are going to do mass deportation of your community, and somehow people decided, you know what, they are going to put they're not gonna listen, and they are going to vote the way they did, because they are so anti-blackness. They don't want to be associated with the blackness, and that's what Kamala Harris represented. So who's crying right now? Who's crying right now? I know right now they say fight for season continue. I know it's painful when I talk about this, but at the end of the day, people need to learn the hard way. People need to learn that every action has repercussions. Every action you take, there is also an equal consequences you have to face, and this is the consequences. This is what they call karma. So the next time when you hear there's an election coming around the corner, please do your part. Do your part. Research, learn, know exactly who you are voting for, so that you stop this issue of crying, crying rivers right now. Say, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I regretted. I wish. Because right now there's nothing you can do about it. What you can do right now is just about, persevering, tightening your seatbelt, accept the results of what's happening, and yes, watch your loved ones suffering, because somehow one or another, I know, in the Latino community, somehow one or another, someone who has been deported, someone who has literally been affected as a result of this current administration. So right now it's a matter of learn from this experience. It's about taking accountability, being responsible for each and every action that you did as a community, and then learn from this so that come the next election you do better. You do better. You decide, what, we are going to take the blame. We are going to take, blame for each and every action that we did. And then come the election, the next election, you do better. You choose the right person who's gonna help you guys in the community at large to thrive, and especially your family members. Because right now everybody's crying in America. I'm on the outside looking in, but yes, American people are crying right now. Whether it's the Latino community, whether it's the community, the black community, whether it's the Cubans community, Jamaica community, everybody's crying right now in America. So do your best, do your part, learn from this. Right now, start now, do your research, know who you're going to vote for the next election. That's what you need to do as an American. All right, let me know what you think about this video. And yes, where the black community, why aren't they joining the protest? Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're a black person, please drop your comments and subscribe to my channel.